long journey for myself. Can everybody hear me first of all? Should I speak a little louder?
Yeah.
Before I speak, I like to give thanks to the Creator, God, for allowing us to be here today. Through Spirit, all things are possible. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know. It's good to see all y'all here today. First of all, I want to thank UYA. Y'all got to understand that what y'all doing in this program is real important. It's real, very, very important for y'all to understand that people out here care about y'all future. And you know, take the time to want to come out and speak and share with y'all lessons that y'all can take with y'all the rest of y'all life. Now I realize clearly everybody in here in this room is not going to get everything I say. Some of the stuff I'm going to say is going to sound like Spanish or French, you know what I mean? You're not going to understand it. I'm speaking to those in this room who really, really care about us as a people, about humanity. For those few of you who can understand me and clearly see what I'm trying to do here today with y'all, what we're trying to do here with y'all. It's significant to your growth, it's significant to everything in your life. I know some of y'all can't stand school. I was like that when I was younger. I didn't like school. I was like, man, what I gotta go to school for? You know, they ask you to memorize stuff all the time. A lot of stuff you're wondering, well, why is this important to me in my life? You know? Some of you like school. You know? The importance of cultural confidence and historical memory is very significant, y'all. Without the two, you're a slave. Flat out a slave. Now, when you think of slave, the image that comes to your head is somebody in chains, maybe hanging from a tree. Right? Because they looked at a white person or something. Right? But there's different kinds of slavery. Right? That kind of slavery was physical slavery. Okay? There's another kind of slavery, y'all, that's called mind slavery, mental slavery, that is really plaguing us right now as a people. And y'all, in y'all grade, y'all age group, y'all are the ones that can change this stuff. Y'all kids is going to be the ones that can change things for us as a people. Now I know some of the things I might say might be a little negative, might be a little bit depressing, but I say it with love in my heart so you guys can see that there's been some stuff going on wrong here in this society as far as this. I see most of these sisters in here, which is a good thing. And today these sisters are doing y'all thing. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all filling up the colleges. Y'all going to school, getting good jobs. Right? Raising your kids by yourself. You the mom and the dad. Right? Brothers is falling behind. We in jail with chains on us. When we thugged out with our pants hanging off, right? Acting like your boy Gucci or something, right? I know y'all know Gucci, right? Come on, man. Right? Living color bands in my V-cut, right? Living in the shade with my feet up, right? But what's interesting about that song, y'all, is he got kids singing that hook. Y'all ever think about that? Right? So right before the hook, he says, yellow tax, yellow dust, right? And then 3 seconds later, you got a little kid singing a hook. A little bit strange there, y'all. You think about it. I like to thank the ancestors, y'all. Everybody in here has ancestors. We all have ancestors. Our ancestors are very important to our growth. All right? Historical ancestors might just be your grandma, might be your uncle, right? The ancestors are very important for us to pay homage to and to love and to respect. Because it's their blood, sweat, and tears the reason why we're here today with some of the benefits that we have in this society. A lot of the benefits, they seem like they're real, but they're not really real. Are we really free? Question I want to ask everybody here. I talked a little bit about modern day slavery, which in my opinion is mind control, mind slavery. This is happening all over the world to our people. Not just here in America, not just here in Homewood, not in California, not just in DC, it's all over the world. All over the world. There's a place in India right now, right? India. Imagine India. If some of you can imagine how far that is from here. There's a place in India that they call Patna. Right? It's called Patna. Like we say, what's up, Patna? Right? They got a city called Patna. And in this town, right, they have a prison system that's filled with 95% of a people they're called untouchables, right? These are black people. And these untouchables are slaves of slaves. So what I'm saying is, their prison population is 95% black people, right? And this is India. This is just not an American problem we're dealing with here. It's not just an African problem. It's a very serious problem that we have to pay attention to. Again, like I said, you guys are the future. You guys are going to be the ones that are going to change this stuff. All right? Those of us who are a little older in the room, we're sick and tired of the way things are happening. So this is why we're here. I'm not here to sound smart, right? To make anyone like me, to entertain y'all, right? I could care less, all right? My point is to share with you some things that I've learned that hopefully some of you in the room can grasp and take on and help change yourself. You know, because we all have imperfections. We all do. I want to ask y'all 2 quick questions before I start the PowerPoint, which has some images and some photos that I think you guys will like. All right. First question. I'm reading from my notes here. What role does people of African descent play in America today? Just answer to yourself. What role does people of African descent, black people, play in America? What role do we play? Do we play a role at all? All right. Second question, and I want you all to answer to yourself real quick. Just clear your mind and think about this question, and please answer to yourself. Have we become a prisoner of our own culture? Think about that. Have we as black people become prisoner of our own culture? Has thuggism and haterism, which we all know, right, become so poisonous that it allows us to become a prisoner of our own culture? Now, haterism, we all talk about haters, right? Everybody a hater, right? Man, you hating on me, man. You know what I mean? We got songs called High Hater, right? This is a serious epidemic that's going on right now, y'all. Right? Why are we calling each other haters? Right? I'm going to explain to you what the word thug means. Explain to you in detail. Because this word thug, I mean, it's really gotten out of control. It's become a part of us, especially as black men, even some of you black women. You know, every now and then I jump on the bus and I try to gel with the people, and I get out here and I listen to some of the words and some of the talk, you know, our sisters are saying. Man, y'all just worse than some of the dudes, you know, when it comes to this thuggism thing. You know? Now, we gotta stop. We gotta pay attention to this moment. Who do we have controlling this PowerPoint? You know how to work that? You got it? Click on that first photo, please.
You want me to go here?
Sure. Look at it. The eyes introduce y'all to by now, right? So we gotta look at it. We got to look at this Ma'afa, which is, again, a system of disease, disaster, and death. All right? That kind of sounds like the hood, y'all. If you really look at it. Disease, disaster, death. On top of each other. On top of each other. I mean, realistically, y'all, and again, I said at the beginning, I don't want to depress you with some of these comments, but I got to give it to you like I know how. Right? Flat out, we are at war. There is a war going on. There's a war going on, y'all. How many of us clearly understand that? How many of us want to understand that? We focus on our iPods, you know, our J's, you know what I mean? Fresh air, getting our nails done. Do we really understand what's going on, though? How many of us care?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thank you. We need more of that. We're at the bottom of every category as black people, almost every category. Educationally, economically, which is money, right? Our test scores are low, and it ain't that we're stupid. It ain't that we're being smart, right? Because we can't focus, right? There's so much stuff going on. When I was in high school, y'all, I'm telling you, it was a lot different. Some of y'all know from the last time I was here, it was a lot different. Not to say that it was any worse or easier, but it was a lot different. You know, when we walked out of school, we had the crip gang. They would come drive past Pittsburgh High and shoot at us. I haven't seen that on the news in a while. That hasn't happened in a while. Gangs are pretty much dwindling. I mean, they're still gangs, but it wasn't like it was back then. Brother got on a red shirt. Where you from, bro?
From Homewood.
Homewood. You couldn't wear red back then, bro. You know what I mean? So you guys, it's a lot different. A lot different now. Couldn't wear red in Homewood. You might have got stopped. Some places you still can't wear red in Homewood. You know? Still a lot of lost brothers out there, but it's nowhere near the way it was. That's because the law enforcement, different things that stopped it. I'm going to get into the origins of gangs in a second when we get the PowerPoint started. The origins of gangs is very serious. Does anybody in here know where gangs come from? Can I get a show of hands of anybody that knows where Crips and Bloods originated from?
California.
Where they come? You know?
If I know Crips,
Okay, significant point. Anybody else? Somebody else got to know where gangs started from, right? Compton, great answer, sort of. Gangs come from California, he was right. But what we have to understand about the origins of gangs is, back in the late 60s, which was not that long ago, y'all, all right, they had white gangs that were called by different names. One of the most significant gangs was called the Spook Hunters. They were called Spook Hunters. And as the blacks started to move into different suburbs, you know, like Penn Hills, Morellville, right? Nicer areas, houses, right? These white gangs would beat them up. They'd jack them up. So the blacks, you know, eventually started to form themselves into little organizations like the Slossons, the Snatter Boys, different things like that, right? To defend themselves from these white gangs. So my point is, right, Tookie Williams came from the Snatter Boys.
the Crips was supposed to be a good thing.
Well, they were called Crips because they carried canes, right? And when neighbors would see these dudes, right, they witness a crime or something, they'd tell the police it was one of them cripple boys. That's where Crip come from. They had canes, right? Colors came into the equation a little bit later. All right? So what did I just say? What's significant about that? You got a question?
Yeah, well, where did Bloods come from?
Bloods came because the dudes who didn't like the dudes that was in the Crips had to form their own thing, right? So to distinguish themselves from them, they picked up that red flag. Just to simplify the story. It's a long story. There's different points in there that I'm leaving out, but to simplify, they formed because of those dudes. They didn't like those dudes. They had beef. It was from down the block. You know what I mean? But what's so significant is that it spread throughout the country like a wildfire. They threw a couple movies on, Colors. I don't know, you guys might be a little bit young for the movie Colors. Raise your hand if you've seen Colors before. I mean, they put movies like that on, it was a wrap. It spread throughout the country. But again, the significance of my point is they defended themselves from these particular gangs who were beating them out. Now, we had gangs now. It wasn't the Crips and the Bloods. Now, another point, if y'all look at rap, everybody loves rap music, right? Rap comes from a brother by the name of Africa Bambaataa. He was very significant in the forming of rap music. Africa Bambaataa, right? So the story of Africa Bambaataa is, he was in a gang in 1965 in New York. Now follow me, y'all. This brother was in a gang. One of his elders, gave him a couple dollars. He went to Africa. He went to South Africa, all right? Place they now call Soweto, okay? And he sat down with these elders in Africa. And he said, man, there's something going on here, right? There's something going on here. He said, no, I can't have it. Now, he was the leader of one of the gangs in New York, one of the major gangs in New York. He came back and said, I'm done. I'm done. And started the Zulu Nation, right? So what happened was, he was so influential, he took his power to the other gangs and formed a meeting of the gang heads. And there was a truce from 1975 when he got back from Africa up until 1992.
I'm sorry.
Y'all hear me? In New York City. There was a truce. No more gangs. Until 1992. All right? One brother, Africa Bambaataa, and the Zulu Nation.